So, today we are going to murder a Klingon Chancellor. Who played him again? We just talked about this last week. Wait, who plays the Chancellor? Oh, it was, Gul Madred, right? Yeah, David Warner plays him, I think. So yeah, we're gonna kill him, so that should be good. It was probably us. We probably did. It was probably Starfleet. That sounds
There's
legit.
Klingons on the starboard bow. Starboard bow, Jim.
Now, is that a Twilight Zone reference, or is that an actual quote from the movie? Because that sounds like there's Klingons on the wing. Kirk probably thinks that. Kirk is a little racist toward Klingons. He's got some issues there, as we're going to go into in the movie. His whole life, never trusted Klingons, and I never will. And apparently Valeris is into that. She's into the murder. That should be fun.
It's from the sun.
That's going to be pretty much the whole movie. People are going to hate Klingons, and they're going to shoot Klingons, and then people are going to be like, oh, how could you shoot Klingons, you monster? And people are going to go, you know what? It is wrong to shoot Klingons. I should stop. And that's going to be the whole movie, and it should be good. We're going to go to Rurapenthe, from that episode of Enterprise where Archer goes there. That should be good. It's a good movie overall. We're watching the theatrical cut, I believe it is. It is 1 hour, 49 minutes, 58 seconds. Everyone have that queued up? Gyrinx, do you have the theatrical cut?
Star Trekkin.
I assume so.
Okay, good. How's Fallout? Given that everybody and their mother has watched Fallout this week.
Oh, I haven't been.
Oh.
Is it
And we're
good,
gonna
Ben?
rip off Avengers Endgame.
Good show. And then, how's the weather? What's going on? Still cloudy?
Reasonably cloudy, somewhat cloudy.
Good. Very exciting. And that's all I've got to say. Hey, Mark, can you tell us a bit about the Undiscovered Country? What's your favorite part in the movie? Okay, Mark will take a second to think about that. Yeah, this movie, so we're not going to get the Scooby-Doo moment at the end. That's in the extended cut. He's just a Klingon. He's not Odo this time.
Ah, indeed, 'tis a splendid spectacle of gallantry. My heart leaps at the sight of the Klingon courtroom, akin to gazing upon a Mississippi sunset. Yet nothing tops the moment when Kirk and McCoy escape the Rurapenthe, a spectacle as breathtaking as the sight of my dear humpback bounding through the Pacific.
Yes, excellent, Mark. God, Mark, I hate to break it to you, but there's no whales in this movie. There should be. There should be whales.
We also won't get the other Odo extended scene.
Is the extended scene with Odo where he's like giving... He has his little presentation prepared for the president, like on printouts on big pieces of paper. He has a laser pointer. Is that the extended scene? I don't remember a huge amount of this movie after the other than the investigation on the Enterprise.
It's a briefing.
The flip chart.
Yeah, the flip chart was good. That's probably the biggest loss from the theatrical cut. Seeing people 200 years in
There
the future
might be whales in the mighty Mississippi.
having a paper flip chart and a laser pointer. That part was great.
Good evening.
What do you mean? Do you mean to tell me it's a good evening, or do you mean to wish me a good evening whether I wish it or not? Or perhaps you mean to say that you feel good on this particular evening. Or that this is an evening to be good on. And then you respond to all of them at once. Anyway, press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Play. Hi, Ewan.
Ah, perfectly timed.
Yes, the movie has begun.
Well, we are watching Star Trek 6, so that makes it good.
A Paramount Communications company. Oh yeah, is Paramount dead? Hang on, are they getting bought?
They are having issues financially, it seems.
Yeah, I know someone's threatening to buy them.
How do you threaten to buy someone? Like, surely Paramount
I
has to
mean,
agree to this.
okay, people are talking
You
about
can't
buying
just...
it. Well, there's such a thing as a hostile
They
takeover,
are
which is
trying
kind
to
of bad.
get bought.
You can purchase enough of a stock to effectively take over a company.
Yeah. Very dramatic opening music here.
Spyglass might buy it.
I
That's
like
just the
the
feature of the movies.
I like the 2002 Microsoft Word. What was it even called? Word art? Like the
Oh yeah,
fancy
Is this the
titles
it
first
and
one
does
which
kind of
doesn't
look
have a
like that.
cold
Yeah.
open? It's
that's
great, the title
exactly what it
sequence in
was.
this one.
Well, word art would also let you like bend the letters around a curve or something.
Yeah.
It's not quite so bad.
There he is, David Warner. Oh, all the guest stars don't get the two-tone gradient font. Why don't they get it? Oh, Christopher Plummer
I think
does.
it's
Good for
just a
him.
different gradient over time here.
Yeah.
Brock Peters, also known as Cisco's dad, Papa Cisco. There are 3 Ciscos you need to be aware of. They're all called Cisco, but you can oh, Michael Dorn. Yeah, he's in this too. Don't worry about that.
Uh,
There's Cisco.
We'll see here in a bit.
Cisco is Avery Cisco. Jake is little baby Cisco. And then
Ride
Papa
havoc and let
Cisco
dogs
is
of war.
Brock. They're all Cisco, but they have distinct names. Only the Cisco is Cisco.
mhm.
In my head canon, he's an ancestor of the Ciscos.
Could be. This is a lot of credits.
For
Can we...
about 80 years before TNG at this point? Actually,
Was
no, we've
it?
had lots of movies immediately after each other, so it's probably still close to 100 years.
I mean, I know in the real world TNG's already going at the point of this movie. We're probably in
Yeah.
season 3 or 4 at
Now
this
the
point.
credit ramp up.
Yeah.
What
It's gonna
year did
go
we start
on
doing
for a long
credits at
time
the
for
end
not
of
having cold
movies? Because
open.
this is awful.
Yeah.
Smart, didn't we already credit you earlier?
Koss and Star Trek all
Right.
ancestors look exactly the same as each other. Like all of Data's family.
Yeah, everyone's just Brent Spiner.
There we go.
Ah,
On
yes,
Genesis.
it's that clip I used when I edited Picard destroying the Lycian Central Command. Nice little payoff to the end of the last movie where Sulu wanted command of the Excelsior, and he got it. Good job, Sulu.
This is so you can still run and go get more popcorn and not miss anything.
We've had a time
do
jump
that.
on this one, at least 3 each.
Just do that before the movie. It's not like it's a surprise. You don't go to the theater and you just sit down and you don't know what's coming. Come on. Oh, and that's Tuvok's bunkmate leaning over the captain's chair. How come Tuvok's
Wait,
not
what's
in
that?
this scene?
Show Tuvok and the bad camera work.
Why did you not see this coming, Sulu? You're in space. Wait, where is Sulu right now? Because Praxis just exploded, right? And they're in space, so Sulu's got to be in the star system. Why is he
Shields.
in Klingon space?
Shields.
Yeah, looks like everything's fine. Oh, it's a subspace shockwave, therefore it can travel faster than light.
Faster than their sensors, yeah. Ah,
Not
yeah.
anymore, Sulu. Dude, come on, it exploded.
R.I.P. Teacup.
I'm not confirmed it's this.
Dang, that's a good camera. Detailed shot
Mm.
from light years away? Yeah, that looks fine. Everything's fine.
Men will literally let a moon explode rather than ask for assistance.
Yeah.
An incident.
I mean,
An
that's not
incident.
incorrect.
Surprised face.
It was an
70%
incident.
of your planet is gone.
Hey, let's be fair. It was a moon. It's just a moon. It's not a big deal. No.
Classified at what level?
Yes. It's classified. That's all you need to know. Sorry, the level is classified. Hi, Brock. Hi, Spock. All right, Brock and Spock. Ooh, now he looks fully TNG age. Wait, what? How does that work? Wait, how does mining cause a moon to explode? Honestly, Spock, if they're facing
The
like an
episode
ecological collapse, they can
reunification is
probably just
around
like
this
put it
same
off for
time.
48 years. I wouldn't worry about it. If you just ignore it, it's not happening.
Well, he filmed reunification around the same time as this.
Red Foreman is the president of the UFP.
Snap Andy.
No, it's Anorax from the time ship. He's the president of the UFP. Also, that lady's not canon. It's not called the Starfleet.
Mm.
Only Star Wars can call it the Starfleet. Also, yeah, I'm not sure why they would ever dismantle the military part of Starfleet. That seems
Evening
crazy.
all.
Because the Klingons aren't the only threat.
The Romulans are still a threat at this time, even though
Yeah,
they haven't
why?
appeared in a long time.
But they're still
Thumbs up
there.
sign. Hi at Scoopy Dog.
Chancellor Warner, yes. Admiral Cartwright, yes, remember him, very important.
I volunteered.
I mean, to be honest, who else are we going to send? Is there another starship in the sector?
That's the Excelsior.
No, the Excelsior is all screwed up by the subspace wave. Who has to repair his teacup?
What? Oh, I was wondering if this is where that would happen.
Yes. I guess because the Vulcans were monitoring Earth?
Excelsior has to catalogue those gaseous anomalies.
Yes, it's very important. Oh, no, he's being racist again. Kirk, stop.
In fairness to Kirk, his son was needlessly killed, senselessly killed by a Klingon.
Okay, sure, but developing negative prejudices about an entire species or entire race because of the actions of one person is that's pretty racist.
Yeah, it was racism, but there is a sense behind it. Oh, it is actually Greek letter alpha.
Yeah. You volunteered?
Well, yeah, 'cause it was just one guy who killed David.
It was one Klingon captain.
There's the Genalan.
Is this actually still Chekhov's job? He's been in that same chair for like 30 years.
Yep.
Is he actually going to follow regulations this time? Kirk, remember Star Trek 2? Remember you ignored... No, Kirk, you ignored the advice of your Vulcan newbie and got everyone killed. Remember that? All right.
We're back to physical
I
weapons.
heard that Walter Koenig did not enjoy being in this one.
Heard asterisk.
I think it's interesting that every Starfleet character is so enamored anytime we get a shot of space, like the ship going to warp. Because, like, this is their day job. They do this every single day. But they're still super into it. Really, they're all Boimlers at heart.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to watch the warp core.
I have brought Korean fried chicken.
Did you bring enough to share with the class?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I also got a free propane cylinder.
Why is his door open?
It does that. Oh, look, he has a picture of a whale. There's a whale in this movie. It's hidden behind Kirk's torso. Kirk, can you turn to the side a
What
bit? I
happened?
want to see the whale again.
Where's the girl that came with the whales?
She off screen. Don't worry about it.
What is she up to?
Whale stuff.
Whale stuff. Just whale things. Have you ever danced with a whale in the pale moonlight?
Oh,
That sounds wildly dangerous.
mhm.
I don't want to be anywhere near a whale. Not without
What
like
if they want to be near you?
a big 6-inch thing of plexiglass between me and the whale.
6-inch? Well,
Or
if we made it
however
out
long,
of
however thick
clear
aquarium things have to
aluminum,
be to contain a whale.
it only has to be 1 inch.
But that was if it was transparent aluminum. We don't have, well, we do, but
We do have transparent aluminum. In fact, you may have a
the
phone
point
that
is I
has a
don't want to
screen
dance
made
with a
out of
whale. That
transparent
thing's
aluminum.
dangerous. It doesn't sound very logical, Spock. Spock has lost all control.
Quite the character arc from when he was revived to here, where when he was first revived, it's all about logic, and now it's a bit like it's start of wisdom, but it's not the end of it.
What am I looking at, Spock? Is that a vase? Is it a... It's a cup?
All officers? The Brit should be rather proud.
Yes. All of them.
Yeah.
I want to hang out, man.
Party on the bridge.
Does that have a Romulan bird of prey under the side of it?
No.
No.
Well, no, but actually, yes. There's something underneath it, for sure. Fire! Destroy them! Do it!
It is a massive show of good faith in the Klingons to pull in front of the Enterprise, considering their main weapons on the front and they have very few in the back.
Subtitles don't spell Kronos right.
How did they spell it? I didn't read that part.
With a K and an R.
Yeah.
So weird.
What, just a polite Klingon?
Just the whole air atmosphere here. And they're being polite to the Klingon too. That's also weird.
Oh, they're gonna give him some
Say the line.
burnt,
Oh, man.
replicated bird meat? Why? Why is there a supply of Romulan ale aboard? Why do you have this?
Come on. Ah. Yay. I love that line.
Very, 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 very racist background to the line, but it's a nice line.
They used K in the reboot movies as well.
There he is. There's our boy, Mr. Murder. Is that a bat'leth or is it a walking stick? What am I looking at?
At
Okay, it's a
Elizabeth
walking stick.
184, hand pink
I mean,
waving.
a walking bat left would be extremely
Yes.
apropos for
It is a
Klingons. So
walking
yes.
bone, though, so that's also pretty in character.
Oh yeah.
Though I would expect if David Warner here needed a cane to walk, that the next in line would just stab him.
Yeah. True.
Brigadier? No, I don't know if that's canon. I don't think that's a real Klingon
Hey
rank.
Jay, nice to see you there.
Can you tell who the villain is in this movie with these dramatic close-ups?
And the eye patch.
And tone of voice.
Very subtle movie.
I do wish movies would quit using eye patch as shorthand for bad guy. It's really gets really old really fast.
He could have been eating an apple. That would have made it even better.
It's also not even really true because many pirates weren't actually bad guys, and the eye patch is literally just so they could see better under deck.
He should have had an
below
evil
deck.
goatee as well.
Are those two racist
even has a
officers the
mustache
people
to
we're going to
twirl.
execute later? Are they the assassins? What do they even have? Just a big plate of blueberries and kale? What am I looking at?
Yes, the eye patch was so you had one dark adjusted eye and one light adjusted eye.
Yep.
Okay, sure, but generally your eye patch isn't bolted onto your face.
Correct.
Very true.
Title drop. No, that's not what the undiscovered country is. Alright.
The other great line from this movie.
So
Hard
that's two
title
Shakespeare
drop.
quotes. And of
Oh, he
course,
said the name of
as
the
I
film.
assume most people here know, they have in fact, people have translated Hamlet into Klingon, back to the original Klingon, I should say, and performed it in Klingon makeup.
Of course.
I think that's
Hamlet
probably on
feels like a
YouTube.
Klingon. Hamlet
Yes.
feels like it would be a good fit for Klingon play.
Yeah.
Who would give up Starfleet just because they're going to make an alliance with the Klingons?
They're talking about mothballing the Starfleet. You get it? Because space is cold.
Depends where you are in space.
Yeah, I'm with Azabor here.
Inalienable
That was poor choice.
sentient rights.
And critically, it is sentient rights, not sapient rights, because they no longer enslave animals for food purposes. Okay, we're up to 3 Shakespeare quotes.
You do have a counter up, I assume.
Yes. Tell me, Kirk, how many Klingons do you see? God, dude,
Another
come on.
Shakespeare
Can you
quote.
chill out with the Shakespeare for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Every single line.
It's a
There are
is that
5
fifth
Klingon.
one?
I'm not familiar with that one, but I'm just going to assume it is.
It was in
Yeah.
quotation marks in the subtitles, so
Yeah.
someone sure thought it was.
Hang on, I'm Googling it. Okay, yes, it's from... What is it from? It's from Shakespeare. The second part of King Henry IV.
So I was reading how, like, we hold Shakespeare in such high regard. Like it was super high art, but in reality, it was basically like sitcoms today. It's survived. It was so
Yeah, exactly.
prolific that
was
it
that
survived,
good.
and we can study it. But it wasn't necessarily. It was really entertainment for like the everyman, not like, you know,
Well, bar one of them.
No,
One of
that
them
was
was
just
just
really good.
entertaining.
It
high
turns
class
out.
theater. It's like
Yeah.
Hey
people
man, so long
a
as eyes can
thousand years
breathe
from
or eyes
now
can see, so
are
long
looking back
lives
on
this.
Friends,
Oh
and they're
God, I
like,
hope
"Wow,
not.
Friends is like."
I doubt it. Like,
But
yeah.
one of them was actually written for the king, so
Remember the episode of Friends where Joey's father was assassinated and he went and like strangled Ross?
Yeah, the one where Joey's father was assassinated. I remember that one.
By his uncle,
Yeah, yeah.
who then usurped his father's land titles and
Throne
wife.
and marriage.
Classical music was the same, background music.
Bye, Gorkon.
goodbye. You would. It's great knowing you.
Well, Chekhov, there was a torpedo coming out of the ship, so it sure looks like it. Yes, well done, Valeris. It's one of, what, like 2 scenes in all of Star Trek where the gravity fails?
Yeah.
Also,
You
it
appreciate
isn't
it.
gravity. This is how
First
it's
Contact.
reversed.
First Contact has some zero gravity scenes.
In the ship or outside the ship?
Yeah, I don't think it was in the ship. I think it's only happened twice. That I remember.
It was on the ship.
I think the only times I remember the gravity failing inside the ship is here, and one time in Enterprise when Kirk was taking a shower, or Archer was taking a shower.
Okay, well, there's Discovery then as well.
When did it happen in
Very
Discovery?
briefly.
Oh.
The gravity, yeah, fails. They'll fly up in the air.
Gene, you know zero gravity is in slow motion, right? Oh wait, is Gene dead? Every single move I ask this, is Gene dead yet?
Yeah.
So,
It happened in Voyager, when species 8472 cut power to a deck when being chased on Voyager.
Oh Jesus, I just made it.
There's the canon Pepto-Bismol blood.
This is
that-
the one where they mention
Is that how
Hitler.
phasers work?
Well, I think they lost gravity in that episode of Voyager, but they didn't have like actors floating around. I think they had, their EV suits on with their boots, so they were still walking on the ground.
Movie opened within memory
And
of Jean, so probably.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that bit.
I think the boots, or the
Gravity boots.
A472 was zero gravity because it was totally CG anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, actual people on wires has only happened a couple of times.
Tuvok
Yeah.
floated a bit briefly.
The script is a lot more awkward.
There was one. When did we get the Pepto-Bismol blood recently? Was that in Lower Decks? One of the new Star Trek shows, we had like pink blobby Klingon blood.
Man, you may be
So
sad about Lower Decks again.
Lower Decks is canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last season.
At the end of
season 5.
after next season, but yes. Which, since they renewed season 5, like before season 4 aired, I thought it was a lot safer than this, but probably
Why
they
have
changed
a
their
world
mind in a
like
hurry.
Laura
Of being
now?
very uncharacteristically mean
Yeah.
to the Klingons.
Strange New World is still going, so that's good. For
They
the
killed
moment.
the best show,
If,
though. Lower
if
Decks is
Paramount
the
gets
best
bought,
one.
then yeah.
Strange
Paramount
New
gets
World's
bought, all bets
the
are
one
off.
true Star Trek.
Maybe they had to cancel it to save money for a remaster of DS9.
That would be awesome.
Paramount only cares about prequel Star Trek shows.
I mean, they're starting a new sequel to Star Trek shows, so we'll see.
We commented on the blood in Voyager being non-canon. Don't remember more Pepto blood.
I swear we've had more Pepto blood in one of the new shows. God, when Spock puts his hand on his shoulder like that, it looks like he's gonna nerve pinch him. Makes me anxious.
I personally have no faith they can come up with anything half as creative as the Trill or the founders in the new shows.
Well, you see,
The new
in the
shows
latest
came up
There
with
was
season
also a
of
prequel movie announced.
in the latest season of Discovery, they're just retreading Next Generation and DS9 content.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Not
that
retreading,
is what
that's more
everybody is yelling at them that they want.
I do want to see more 7 of 9. So you're not wrong
Everyone
about that.
wants to see more 7 of 9.
Don't make it weird.
Right, but just like, yeah,
Sorry.
it's crazy to me they're not doing something like that.
Have you ever operated on a Klingon before, Doc?
How does this Klingon die with all the redundant organs?
I don't know, multiple shots? I don't know.
We remove
Thanks,
him
Chan,
because he's
for
got a
helping
pulse.
out.
That's not right. What? A toy?
Well, there are at least 2 eps of Voyager where she's naked.
He's only mostly dead.
Tubby custard blood.
Mostly
Maybe a
dead is a
barrel hit
little
him.
alive.
Doctor, did he bring any chocolate eggs?
The arch enemy of the Klingon, the barrel.
No, Bones, that's not going to help. That is...
Oh, speaking of arrest, I think we can all breathe a deep sigh of relief that O.J. Simpson can rest peacefully, knowing that the murderer of his wife and friend is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how anything works, McCoy.
Well, it worked here, kinda.
McCoy asks to heal the Chancellor. Immediately says he doesn't know his biology.
Do they not
What a
have a doctor
dumbass.
on this ship?
He just said the surgeon was dead.
Oh, okay.
The surgeon got killed in the attack. So, there is Devil in the Dark where McCoy treated a silicon entity.
Tribbles,
So
Barrels, and Romulans,
if he
mortal
can
enemies
treat
of the Klingon.
if he can treat a silicon
Yeah, McCoy, just
entity,
pour some
surely he could
cement
treat
on the
a
Chancellor's
Klingon.
chest. He'll be fine.
You get my point, Ryan.
Yes.
Klingons aren't that removed from humans.
Except for that one time when the Romulans used Klingon ships.
In
Yeah, if
original
a Romulan
series, when
showed
they
up with a barrel full of tribbles, they'd be stuffed.
Yeah, of course they've been arrested. Uhura. They just murdered the Chancellor. Come on.
I wonder if OJ's coffin will fit like a glove.
That's a good one. Oh no, they're cremating him.
Wait, why can't we just
I have no
beam
idea.
Kirk and
I'm
the
just
Doctor
joking.
back and then blow up the Klingons? Or we don't even have to blow up the Klingons. They can't follow us. Just beam them back. So
See,
this
what's the torpedoes move from
investigation,
your ship to the enemy ship or to the Klingon ship?
the investigation is definitely my favorite part of this movie. And it's gone. It'll come back. Oh, it's the same guy from Star Trek 4. We have the right to protect our race. Oh, is Odo in this scene? No, where's Odo?
This guy
This is the
reminds
one
me
where the
of
guy who
Kempek.
plays Odo shows up.
Only in the
Wait,
deleted
hang on.
home
We were just
video
saying that the
cut.
Romulans are like, they've retreated into their space and we don't know anything about them. There's a Romulan right here. Who's this guy? Why are we talking about mothballing the Starfleet? They're still here.
Why is there a Romulan ambassador here?
Yeah, I thought he was cut out.
The Scooby-Doo version is a lot better. Makes more sense.
I don't know why the Romulan,
There's a Romulan ambassador here.
not just him being like on Earth talking to the president, but like what does he have to do with this investigation? The Romulans aren't involved. Well, allegedly.
But this guy, he had to take a break from hunting RoboCop briefly to be president of the Federation, and also breaking his foot off in his son's ass, as per that '70s show.
Taboo.
I think the Romulans are a third-party arbitration.
No, Valeris is actually
I
pronounced
just-
sabotage.
Now would be a great time for them to start pumping Beastie Boys "Sabotage" through the loudspeaker.
But Gowron said women may not serve on the council. What happened to that lore?
Yeah, we need a right of succession, like succession. We need an arbiter of succession. We need a
People have to like detail their achievements and what they've done to earn the seat on the council.
Sabotage.
We've got to assassinate some political rivals. Is Renee here? No, I don't see him. Is Renee even in this cut of the movie? Or is he only in extended? Oh god, what's with the Star Wars hologram? We don't do that here.
Oh, they're in 10 forward.
Are they really?
We might be reusing a set or two.
Mhm.
And if you remember in the last movie when they were going down corridors and it was just straight up the Enterprise D.
That's another English quote.
Oh, what was? I missed it. What was it? The UK English.
I'm not sure if it's Shakespeare, but it is a fairly common quote. Ready to live on our feet and die on
Shakespeare.
our knees.
Is that a Shakespeare quote? Shakespeare was really big on people paying for fathers' deaths.
President's office had the same walls as 10 forward.
No, they should be chanting Jacques.
What
Oh,
happened?
hey, Worf.
Are those all the time travel crystals on those staffs? I want this glove.
It's really
The
more of a
gavel's pretty
gauntlet.
badass too.
Yeah, the glove with the sphere. Like I'm assuming it's all one piece.
Oh, it's weird seeing Klingons with just like modern headsets. What's with this? All right, well, let me
Couldn't they
look
just
up
fired
Klingon
out it
gauntlet.
before boarding if they wanted, before the dinner if they wanted to kill them?
Oh, poor guy.
Aha. Familiar sounding
Here we
voice.
are, Michael Dawn.
Worf,
Familiar
father
sounding
of
voice.
Mode.
Just look at the dude. It's clearly Worf.
The Enterprise had the full opportunity to annihilate the ship and attack the ship when it first pulled alongside, though.
Are those supposed to be translators they're using here?
Yes.
They don't usually have to have handheld translators. Why do
Because it's more dramatic in this scene.
they? I guess.
They wanted to have the don't wait for the translation bit.
Yeah. Which is not exactly how it went down in real life.
That sounds like a yes, Doctor. Well, it's not technically incorrect. He was not competent in
Yeah, in the
Klingon
sense of
surgery.
incompetent, yes. He was not in fact competent. Yeah.
What option was there? Even if he was an incompetent elderly surgeon, he's the best they had.
He was either definitely going to die with no
Hey, that's a
help,
line
or
from Babylon
probably
5.
going to die with Bones' help.
Yeah.
Does Star Wars have a single courtroom drama scene? I don't remember a single one. Star Trek does this all the time, and that's why it's the superior franchise.
More Shakespeare.
God, stop it, Cheng.
Andor.
James
Oh
A.
yeah,
Kirk.
Andor has a courtroom scene. It's really short, but yeah, they have one there.
How do they have this?
Well, the actual answer is because Valeris recorded it outside his door and gave it to them.
Oh, okay.
But that won't be revealed
I
for
should
30, 45
right.
minutes.
I should have known better than that. I mean, this is actually a competent script, so that's actually likely to have a good answer.
Now, the real question is, why aren't they questioning how the Klingons have this?
Yeah.
True. Well,
I
mean, they're
didn't
not in the
kill the
best position to be
Chancellor, I just
demanding that
wanted
answers to that
to.
question right now.
Competent script.
Roy Kirk. Nomad's creator.
Career-minded opportunist
Career-
who got promoted back to captain. Sure.
Career-minded.
Yeah, you
He's
can't
opposite
tell
of
Valerius is
career-minded.
evil because she doesn't have a goatee.
I literally just went into how the characters were so weirdly mean in the original script compared to this.
But we're not filming
That's
the
a very
original
good
scripts.
pronunciation. How long ago did you stop beating your wife?
The Klingons probably wanted all the captain's logs as part of the discovery phase.
The discovery phase.
They wouldn't, even in Discovery, they wouldn't get all of their captain's personal logs, probably.
You would in a Klingon court.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can use anything they want. In Enterprise, all the testimony they needed against Captain Kirk was just one guy saying, yeah, he totally did it. Oh, is that
Demand
Commander
trial by
Rand in the
combat.
background?
There is no defense in Klingon court. Interesting facial expression.
To say,
God, Worf, you're a terrible lawyer.
I mean,
There
he's a
isn't
public
actually
defender.
defense in Klingon courts. It's
At
purely
Skippy Skitty
theatrical.
Dog Dog the Tyrion
It's-
Lannister game plan. I like
remember
it.
remember the lawyer in the Cardassian court on Deep Space Nine for Miles?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just like, I've lost every case.
Confession is good for the soul. I loved that lawyer. He was incompetent on purpose.
He was proud of it.
A better question would be why they never noticed Kirk's Viridian patch.
Klingons aren't known for their science.
Yeah, you nerd. What are you, some kind of nerd using science? Nerd.
Watching Star Trek.
Oh, I'm with you, Mr. Scott. I'm with you. Kill
You
him
wanna
and get it
kill
over
Kirk?
with. Kill him now so he doesn't have to die in Viridian 4. Under a bridge.
That's why he has the Viridian patch. Oh, it's all coming together.
It's like the Zapruder film. We're gonna play it back in slow motion. Back and to the left. No.
Wait, didn't
Ancestral
Data
viewers?
also claim to be a descendant?
Are you saying you're a descendant
Well,
of
no, he's
Sherlock
half
Holmes?
human, remember? So it could have been. He could be Doyle's descendant.
Yeah, I assume, yeah, they're referring to the writer, not the fictional character.
Ironically, Sir Conan Doyle was obsessed with the occult and the mystical stuff in real life, and nothing like Sherlock Holmes in his fiction.
I don't know, Sherlock Holmes was not all there himself.
Sherlock Holmes did all sorts of drugs. But back in the Victorian era, doing drugs was totally okay.
Just a little opium here and there, come on. How come the Klingons never use this technology in the future? Forget the
Yeah.
spore drive. What happened to the cloaked firing technology?
Well, they destroyed the only prototype and all the people responsible for creating it. Mistake.
Why,
That
yes,
whistle.
I am a nerd.
Is here.
Or they could have beamed. Wait, what did I just press? Okay, I fixed it. Or they could have beamed over and then beamed back to their ship. They could have left.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it's all they've got to work with.
We're all nerds here.
No, I'm super cool.
That's the joke.
Puppy. But they're playing generic bear sound effects. I'm pretty sure those are the same bear sounds used in
Grinning
Warcraft
face
3.
thumbs up.
Is it like the red-tailed sound effect that it is like any bird or any large growling animal? Is
Yeah.
that is those bears?
Yes, but specifically that specific sound
Soundtrack's
file
pretty good.
gets
Oh, yeah.
reused all the
Was it-
time.
Well, there's
Welcome
a
to
red-tailed
Star Trek
hawk one too, like the one
2009.
at the beginning of the Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Is you get nuts if hearing it. Like Lex actually used it for a weapon that got thrown. I don't remember exactly what, but not even a bird.
This isn't Star Trek
Where do I
2009.
know
This
this
is
guy
Dungeons
from?
and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Where
Can't
do I
wait
know
to
this
see
guy
the
from?
J.J. Abrams lens flare.
Wait.
I feel
This
like
was
he's
the
from
guy
DS9.
in Voyager. In Voyager, he was the guy with
Yeah,
the space
warden
pitcher
was
plant.
in 2009 Star Trek.
Oh yeah, he's the Dragon Slayer.
What else? What else is he from? He's done a lot of little.
Oh, he's
That's
the
Mark
crazy
Shepard's
scientist
dad.
man who took over Data's body, I think.
Yes, he was in TNG. He was the guy that put his consciousness
He was in
Data's
Voyager
body. What was
and
his
in
name?
Star Trek 2009. IRA Graves.
Yeah, we mentioned the Voyager one.
Yes, he is William Morgan Shepard.
That's his real name?
Yes.
Is he still alive? Oh no, he's not.
The beginning of the movie
he
tune
was
was
really
pretty
old
good.
in this movie.
I used it in
It
one
was-
of my videos here on YouTube.
To know him is to love him is to know him.
Star Trek 2009, he's a racist Vulcan.
Okay, yeah. In 2009, he was the guy that was accepting
The
Spock into
schizoid
the Science
man.
Academy, and he was like, despite your disadvantage of a human mother.
There is a on Memory Alpha it has all of his 4 roles.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I like that alien. That guy's sick. Mr. Bug Eyes. I'm not sure why they're playing sound effects of the grunts from Halo, though, in the background.
He wants your jacket.
This was before Halo was even a thing, though?
He looks kind of like a Morn.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
Oh, it's
You don't
David
even
Bowie's wife.
know me.
I
Doesn't
don't like you either.
I don't like you much either. Yeah, there you go.
Captain Kirk using drugs in my Star Trek? Don't you know everyone here is innocent?
You should watch yourself. We are wanted men. I have the death sentence on 12 systems.
Yeah, but which systems, though? Because, like, if you have the death sentence in Klingon space, that doesn't mean anything. They give out the death sentence for, what am I trying to... What's the word when you steal something from a store? Shoplifting.
Shoplifting? That doesn't
No,
make any
Polaris.
sense.
Polaris, no. Oh, you are so fired. That was so dangerous, Valeris. Also, why do they even have phasers in the kitchen?
Also, in
12
reality,
systems.
that
Win
part
11.
of exploding
OS
everyone
X.
would be so badly
Linux.
hurt.
Well, that has tonight's dinner ruined. You could have described that verbally.
Oh, it's
In
the
case
TNG set.
any ingredients
Everyone
try
coming
to
in.
escape.
Scotty making his way directly off relics walking into this scene.
Show don't tell.
No, that's a lie, Spock.
All the song and dance about Vulcans not being able to lie.
Relics was 92.
Yep, same bear sounds. Come on, Kirk, hammer fist him. We know you can do it. I don't recognize any of these aliens.
They're Klingon aliens.
This alien reminds me of Ivan Ooze.
Hey, that's Kirk's move.
Watch them pop up in lower decks.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh.
Well, but it was though. Why'd you put your genitals on your knee? What's the point? Seems so inefficient. That would be terrible. You're just gonna bang your genitals on every piece of furniture in your house. How do you kneel down?
It was sent there to get you out, basically.
Gives new meaning to get on your knees for me.
Also,
Can't
Bones,
knee
that's
someone
not
in the
true. You're
groin.
still an admiral when TNG starts.
LOL.
Can't have someone on your lap.
Maybe he literally can detach his genitals and store them in a pouch on his knee.
Just seems like a really bad place for them to be. Like, I don't see how that would evolve.
Yeah.
Like, our spot's not great, but it's better than that.
Our spot is the same as all as all other mammals.
Well, maybe mammals should get better at evolution.
Where would you put it, Ryan?
I think it should be retractable.
Well, it is for most mammals. So you want more like a reptilian cloaca?
Yeah, cloacas are very efficient.
Yeah. So,
Or we could just go to like mitosis or something.
I'm glad we had this talk. Oh God, mitosis. But the mitosis eliminates variation and hybridization, and you just it's copy after copy after copy after copy. So like, you know,
So Martia, that's
Retractable
so
into a
not
bone
true.
box.
Martia, didn't you hear about Star Trek Enterprise? They escaped there. Yeah, we have a rib cage to protect a lot of our internal organs. Why don't we have a rib cage for that? All I'm saying is the human body's badly designed.
I don't know, man. I don't think it was designed at all. That's the problem.
All I'm saying is the human body has unfortunate evolutionary steps that result in an inefficient design. That's much longer to say.
Christian Slater, huge Star Trek fan, jumped at the chance of getting a cameo. His mother was a costumer for this movie, and they
Designed
needed
by
somebody
committee.
for this. Designed by committee.
Oh, hey, Slater.
He looks like he could be a Spider-Man.
They've got a nice captain on the Excelsior who will protect Enterprise because Kirk and McCoy are in trouble.
Zulu, you're not a real captain of the Excelsior unless you have a riding crop. Where's your riding crop?
Hey guys.
Hay is for horses.
Oh, we're doing the investigation. This is a great scene because our heroes get to be scientists.
But they're all scientists.
They do that often on Star Trek.
Yeah, but we had DNA and everything.
Well, Chekhov doesn't.
In this day and age, so it was kind of, fun fact, O.J. Simpson just died, but I learned
we know.
I learned that during his trial in 1993, DNA evidence was so new the jury wouldn't
Old
believe
scientists.
it or didn't know how to handle it. So here too, when you examine the Klingon blood under a microscope, pretty futuristic science stuff. But I love the music. Obviously, Nicholas Meyer directed Star Trek II, so you have some of that action.
We've got some lower deck style bunks in this ship, where all the newbies have to share a corridor.
And
Fun
we see,
fact:
a
O.J.
minesweeper.
Simpson just died.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier.
Oops.
He can rest peacefully knowing his wife's
Dax.
and friends' killers.
The
Curzon.
Curzon, what have you done this time?
And then we got a
Would
little
this be
comedy.
Curzon, or this would be the person before Curzon?
I don't
No,
bloody
he
know,
has
man.
web
It's
feet. He's not
impossible
a
to
troll.
keep track of these Daxes.
He's not a trill. He has webbed feet. He's some other kind of alien. Like, I'm pretty sure another culture could come up with the name John. It's not a hard name to replicate. And they wouldn't even spell it the foolish way we do. So, Iman is a supermodel. She was at her peak in the...
Oh God, he hooked up with that.
Hey, if you're hot, you're hot. It doesn't matter if...
Jon
you're
Snow.
changed.
That doesn't
Snoop?
look like a trill.
Yeah, it's not a trill.
But then, trills apparently have at least 2 subspecies based on TNG, so maybe this is just a third trill.
We have another Russian
Web
reference
feet.
of
So is an
the
Alabama.
American something being told as Russian.
Cinderella
Cinderella.
is Danish or
No, it's
and,
Russian. Didn't you hear?
It's written by Hans Christian Andersen, who also wrote The Little Mermaid.
It's written by Sergei Chorenkov.
But he can't wear those shoes, so obviously he's not the killer. But we had a comedic moment. We got more comedic moments to break up the action.
Oh, hey, it's Starfield.
We have gender bending.
It's just a shapeshifter. We've seen 4 different species of shapeshifters.
She describes herself
TOS
as
Everything is Russian according to Chekhov.
Yeah, definitely. So she describes herself as a cameloid. Cameloid? Chameleon? She can change a shape to fit anything. But, fun fact, it doesn't explain mass, if how Odo would be able to fly, because he'd still be a 200-kilogram bird. You might be able to
There's a
change your
lot
shape.
of prisoners here and only 3 Klingon overseers. We could probably just laser them.
But then you can't actually get off the planet easily.
Cinderella is actually French. It's not Hans Christian Andersen.
All right, so let me shut up.
Well, you see,
I'm
France
just
is
used
actually just part of Russia.
So that's the thing. France is very Russia, when it was aristocratic and Tsarist, the aristocracy emulated the French because they wanted to be civilized, and they were a new power.
Cinderella goes way back to the
And-
1100s. Possibly earlier.
That's cool.
It's been a while since we've had a Shakespeare quote in this movie. General Chang is at least chilled out a bit. Oh,
He
I
just
like
hasn't
the
had any
cut.
screen time.
Well, he'll make up for it towards the end.
Could he not?
I'd give real money if he'd shut up.
Are we firing torpedoes?
I think in Star Trek Online there's something similar, or certainly something similar in Star Trek Enterprise, escaping prison in this way.
Mm-hmm. But beautiful sets, actually.
Yeah, this was filmed on location on an ice moon. They went to Europa for this.
Do the Klingons ever reference Shakespeare again post this movie?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Like,
I don't think so.
if you were to only know Klingons from this movie, you'd think they'd be obsessed with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Then if you watch DS9, TNG, anything after that, there's no mention of it ever again.
In fact, he says
Maybe
original
it's just
Klingon.
this ship, right? They're a bunch of Shakespeare nerds.
No. He says original Klingon, meaning there's entire, like, instead of beer halls, they have Shakespeare halls.
No, it just means that it's believed among some Klingons that Shakespeare was Klingon. That doesn't mean their entire society revolves around him.
But if you wanted to go into the extensive literature on the subject, Mark Okren wrote the Klingon dictionary right around the time of
Waiting
this
for a
movie.
Klingon to reference. Now I will believe that there are
Or
unicorns.
alternatively, he was just messing with Kirk and weren't saying it was the original Klingon.
He would never. Why would he do something like that?
He was a UCLA linguist hired by Paramount to develop the Klingon language, and then he wrote a dictionary, numerous dictionaries. He also wrote a Romulan dictionary in like the 70s. But so there is significant passages of Shakespeare translated in the back of the Klingon.
No, we went into this too, yes. And in fact, it's been performed in Klingon makeup.
Wow.
Someone did all of Hamlet in Klingon.
Right.
That's Klingons.
Where actually are they filming the ice sect? Is that?
They stopped teaching Shakespeare in Klingon schools after this movie.
It's true. But
where are they right now? Because this doesn't look like a set to me.
No, they went on location.
This villain's better than Christopher Lloyd. So can we at least agree?
I went to the Arctic and filmed this.
Can we at least agree on that? We did better than, and it's the same director, so we did better than Christopher Lloyd.
Honestly, where even are they? Oh, wait, they just have to get out of the shield, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this
they
is
realized
totally
how
Han.
dogs hit Shakespeare was once the Federation gave them the originals.
This is totally Han and Luke on that.
Presumably
Hoth
Alaska
planet.
or Greenland.
Because they even show the bleakness of the tundra landscape. Oh, this is the okay. So obviously, security doesn't exist in the future, but we get.
And now this scene.
And this scene. Oh yes. This is amazing.
Oh, they don't actually identify the ship through normal stuff. They have to actually give their own identification.
Which doesn't make any sense because it never seems to problem any other time in the entire.
Oh, they do explain it.
And by the way, they have books like.
The crew should be able to just do this without any issues. So this bit is
using a universal translator.
Hey, we had encyclopedias back then. They were like 20
volumes.
She's so bad. She's such a great actress because.
Although that's one thing that I
My mother was a saint.
Glad that they made Uhura
Get out.
a xenolinguistic prodigy. I think that makes sense for her.
That was later.
Yeah, that's in the Star Trek 2009.
Yeah. You're right, though. She should have
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds also has her as a linguistic prodigy.
You know, but Hoshi was the first one to be the linguistic prodigy. It wasn't Uhura.
Uhura should know Klingon.
No, but they do establish thoroughly in the other
retroactively established
that she's a linguist. Yeah, so she should know
That's a
Klingon.
change that I'm glad they made to her character.
No, I agree.
My hovercraft is full of eels?
I'm a little
it is kind of too
surprised
bad
that
for the
Uhura
scene, but
can't
yes.
speak Klingon in this movie.
Maybe that's a problem, but we're so dependent on universal translators. Like, can you actually drive to your closest Walmart?
Maybe
No,
that's
but if
what they
she were,
meant
but a
when,
linguist would be able to speak other
when they
languages,
said that
even
you
with
haven't
even
experienced Klingon
in
until you've
universal
Shakespeare until you've
translators.
heard it in the original Klingon. Maybe that's what they meant. Like, you haven't experienced Shakespeare until you've heard it spoken by Klingons in their native language.
This movie does complete disservice to her, because why is she there if the universal translator is the only thing which works?
Yeah.
Also, I looked it up. This is Knik Glacier in Alaska.
Oh, you found it before I did. I was also looking it up. Thanks.
It is part of Gugak State Park.
What is their natural shape, I wonder?
They're probably just piles of goo, like Odo, hang out in buckets.
I don't know, man. I wonder if it's like remember the shapeshifters that Wesley fell in love with the girl
Look
in
at
TNG,
Changeling.
where they're like giant Ewoks? Wookiees? Oh no.
So does a Comaloid work like a T-1000 where it needs to like sample organic material first?
Oh boy, what
Gotta
organic
love the
material
early
did
90s
she
morphing
sample from
effect.
Kirk?
Exactly.
I don't like where this is going.
Probably was.
That's not even in character. That's just William Shatner.
Oh, Bill.
But Dan Sutherland is actually quite good in this film.
Now, kiss.
Puppy!
Yeah, that's Shatner's life ambition.
Two big egos fighting each other.
Martia, do you want to shapeshift back? I mean, he's going to kill you anyway, but...
Yeah.
How does he know? 50-50.
Well, since you're about to die anyway... Oh god, you actually said it? Dude, I was joking.
I like the echo of Kirk screaming, son of a...
Is that Dr. Ira Graves?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Love those Starfleet blankets.
And hot cocoa right at the ready.
Very convenient. Very nice of them. Oh, it's the TNG
So
ready
this is
room.
just a redress
Nice.
of the TNG set, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
This
absolutely.
is the observation lounge.
Yep.
Typical
And the engine
engineer.
room
He
is
hears
just
a
the
little
engine room.
rattling and he goes and takes apart the ship to find it.
And since he found it alone, no one can say it wasn't him, or no, he has no.
Yeah, remember that
witnesses that
time
can
he murdered a
cooperate.
woman and everyone just laughed it off? It was probably him.
Text-to-speech can't say Ira apparently.
Though Scotty now has his fingerprints on it.
I'm pretty sure they probably have better biometric identification than fingerprints in the
Yeah, he just
23rd
has
century.
they just have to quantum date the skin oils of the fingerprint to determine they came from later. I like how obvious it was that Helmsman wasn't actually doing anything. He was just like randomly smashing on his keyboard.
This is an underappreciated score.
Amazing.
Like everyone looks to James Horner for Star Trek 2.
Was Scotty
and
on the
stuff,
bridge
but
during the attack?
No. We have a murder investigation. We have a political assassination. We have a prison escape. And comedy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was
And,
the two racist transporter operators.
And Lee Harvey Oswald references. Because who killed the assassin? That was kind of shady, right? Like, all right, you killed Kennedy, but why does a mobster shoot the guy who killed? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it was kind of strange.
That's yeah, you kill the assassin, but phaser on a stun at close range can kill you? What? When did that happen?
It happened now.
Okay.
You see, it was a new change they were trying out for the phaser settings.
I love that callback where Chekhov is now instructing them. It's like, oh, obviously, guys, don't you know if you fire a phaser, it'll set off the alarm? I like that.
Don't wait for the translation.
That in this film, this is
Answer me now.
This Enterprise.
Is also a reference to a UN Cold War speech on the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yes, Arthur Schlesinger.
And it never comes up again in TNG either. Even though they established in this film that they do that, it doesn't come up in TNG at all.
Arthur Schlesinger was United States Secretary of State, and he was confronting the Soviet ambassador about putting missiles in Cuba. And when they showed him the photos, he said, "Don't wait for the translation. Answer me now, because the photos are showing you're putting missiles on Cuba, 90 miles away from our soil."
So while you're speaking of historical things that inspired this movie, the Chernobyl explosion was also the catalyst for this movie.
And there was detente between the Soviet Union and the United States.
That's why Gorbachev and Chancellor Gorkin, they both have the same prefix.
No, I have.
But not for nothing, it's also other geopolitical conflicts, I feel, like Israel-Palestine, because they hate each other so much.
I mean...
Sorry to bring that up.
I mean...
That's
hardly evidence of allegory if they have people that hate each other, and just like Israel-Palestine.
Yeah.
They gotta go a little bit farther than that if you're gonna draw parallels.
Valeris has a really interesting line in this movie. Sorry, did you finish your point? I don't want to speak over you.
Yeah, I'm done.
The point is
India
that
v Pakistan
Spock
is also
really
pretty
emotional in
bloody.
this scene. This is the most emotional I've ever seen him.
I mean, that's a successor.
Personally offended.
Nothing historical or political inspired this movie. It's just a fun adventure in space.
Star Trek has never been political in its entire lifespan.
You see, this is why this movie I think is one of the best, is because it does draw off it's good sci-fi in that regard.
It was Adlai Stevenson exchanging barbs with Valerian Zorin, the UN rep for the Soviet Union.
Thank you.
Valerian, like Valeris?
Like Valeris?
But Valeris has a line here: "They conspired with us to kill their own chancellor." It's like, well, you're a traitor too. How could a traitor be like,
Klingons do, Valeris? Come on.
Expecting Irish reunification this year, as TNG predicted.
Oh yeah.
It is deeply depressing how accurate Star Trek's predictions have been.
Except for the eugenics wars.
The sanctuary cities.
World War III coming up.
Yeah, World War III. Hey.
And there's riots.
It's a slow burn. It's that's how these things start,
Zorin.
man.
Isn't this
Is
year
that where
supposed
the
to be the
name
Bell
of Max
riots
Zorin from James
Yes,
Bond
they are
View to a
September
Kill comes
1st.
from?
Bell riots.
Social justice riots.
Like I said, we had the sanctuary cities already.
We're about to get a very
After the Bell
interesting
riots.
scene.
If you go into the events tab in Discord, you can sign up for the Bell riots to be notified when they occur. Have a big community meetup in Sanctuary District A in San Francisco.
Watching the theatrical cut, right? So we're not going to get the intercuts to the because that's probably the biggest change between the director's cut and theatrical cut. That and how Rura
the
Penthe
severe
looks.
lack of Odo.
Yes. Although I do think that this part in the director's cut is pretty good. Because if you haven't been paying attention to who Chang is or who the Romulan ambassador is or any of that kind of stuff, like it's a good reminder when they get the flash.
Mm.
And who else? Oh, Admiral Cartwright. Yeah, that's the other one.
This is assault.
Forced mind meld.
Yeah, this is pretty messed up.
It is assault.
Hey.
The
First
needs
of all,
the many, Spock.
there
Is that what we're doing here?
Intergalactic peace on the line. She has
I feel like
knowledge
there's laws
of
against this,
where is
even if it's
they're gonna blow up the president at the
for
peace
the greater
conference.
good.
Yeah, I never remember people's names in this.
All right, you guys are not cut out to be Starfleet. You should just stay home and watch movies.
Look,
That's what you're good
the conspirators are General Chang, Admiral Cartwright, and Rene Auberginois.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Romulan
Enhanced
ambassador.
interrogation.
So and so.
Sorry, this is my favorite movie, so I apologize for getting so personal. I'm going to be for a little bit.
It's going to become part of Section 31 after this.
But yes, I do agree that this is a violation. I mean, how many episodes of TNG were about Troy getting mind violated, right?
Yeah.
So,
It was like 6. It happened all the time.
Yeah, it's been pretty well established that this is not.
Okay, but the acting is 100 out of 100.
I mean, yes, it is a lot of acting. I have to agree with you there.
It's an amazing scene.
Is she getting mind melded or giving birth?
She's getting.
She's resisting the mind meld.
He's tearing up her resistance, and she is.
So Spock is like the
in
super
his
powerful, super intelligent, super logical Vulcan, but he's half human, and she's totally Vulcan, so she should be like twice as good at this stuff.
Or is she?
Right, she's a little Romulan with that squiggle in her
Is
ears.
she Romulan? Whatever. Like, I feel like.
Yeah,
And
Romulans
in
have
that
the same
moment,
telepathic powers.
Spock decided that the Romulans weren't so bad after all.
5,000 years isn't too much for evolution to like diverge as a species. You have the same brain powers.
There are segments of humanity
This
that
really
have
should
been
have been
separated for at
Sarvik.
least 5,000 years. It's not a big deal. We're the same
Yeah,
species.
we can still intermarry and stuff. Captain Sulu to the rescue.
Do you guys remember when there was a rumor that they were going to do, rather than Star Trek Enterprise, they were going to do Star Trek Excelsior, and they were going to just have Sulu, and I kind of wish they would have done that.
Sulu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was after Voyager was coming to an end, and they're like, hey, we did that episode of Voyager where we got Sulu back, and it was kind of neat. What if we did a whole series about that?
The Excelsior was the essential to the Enterprise winning the battle in this movie, so I love the.
I only heard about the Star Trek Academy plans.
Man, there was a video game called Star Trek Starfleet
where
Academy
everybody
that
was going to be
supposed
played by younger actors.
The most groundbreaking video game, but they only released like the first level and then they defunded it. But it was an amazing video game.
Is that one of the ones that's not actually a video game, it's just a movie?
Sorry.
It's the first reference in the movies is the actual Alpha Quadrant, so they probably determined that at this point in TNG.
Sorry, you were a little bit muffled, Soma.
So there's the first reference to Alpha Quadrant itself in the movies.
Gotcha.
Because they probably already mentioned that in TNG at this point.
Spock's quarters are really well done.
Yeah, at the beginning,
now, whose quarters
when
are
Sulu's
these
doing
in
his captain's
TNG?
log, he says he's in Beta Quadrant.
Also, we have the painting of the Eden being cast from Paradise, which is from Genesis. Leonard Nimoy is Jewish, so that's kind of his holy book.
He's a Vulcan.
Yes. But he's thinking about how all good things must come to an end.
That's the title of the next generation.
Like in the original script, Spock straight up calls Kirk a racist in this scene.
Yes, because there's a little bit of racism because of...
No, there was a lot.
Look,
there was a lot of racism, but also Kirk is acknowledging that he was being a huge racist.
Hold on.
He's like,
he saved the
Chancellor.
Chancellor.
I'm just a jerk.
They tried to save the Chancellor in the middle of the assassination attempt. If he was racist, he would have.
I think that
we're gonna fire on them, and
he
they
can't be racist. He has Klingon friends.
I think I think that
and he likes jazz.
Evolutionary. I think that we evolved a certain amount of distrust for unfamiliar groups through evolution, since like when we were nomadic tribes, you encounter another nomadic tribe and
Hey,
they
Zordon's
probably will kill you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
well, you
the
can
observatory
overcome
in
that
California.
with your
somehow
brain.
we also
Yeah, you can.
somehow
You can.
People who cooperate work better than people who.
But it
simply
requires
fight and
being
annihilate.
exposed to all different cultures at a young age.
It's like we can
Cooperation
even
is
bring this
all,
back
but
to
so.
TOS. The episode "A Taste of Armageddon," where it's like, yes, we're all killers, but we can choose not to kill today.
Yeah.
We got a computer upgrade. Oh no, this is the same ship as the prior movie.
I wonder if Kirk has the shields up here, because he knows they're about to be shot, but also it doesn't have a great track record of this.
Man, the score is perfect. I don't think any movie has a more perfect score.
Mysterious tones.
Ominous stalking of a silent killer like a shark, basically. You're doing Jaws, basically. It's a political
Have we already
thriller.
established the Khitomer Accords in TNG by this movie?
Yes.
I think so, because they have the Khitomer Massacre.
We also have Colonel
That's
Worf.
already been established.
Yeah. Colonel Worf was the lawyer.
The Khitomer Massacre hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Khitomer,
but it's but like I think they established the Accords and stuff already. Like it was already mentioned in the show.
I think Camp Khitomer
is
a
the TNG
joint...
set again.
Yep.
Oh, that's definitely, yeah.
Don't give us too much of a wide shot, otherwise other people might recognize it.
Yep, so just keep the lights off.
You guys... Anyway.
Around the warp core.
They did at least change the display to show the Enterprise A instead of the D.
Yeah.
What did you say, Soma, about the warp core?
Just that's the TNG one.
Khitomer, when the Klingons joined the Federation.
So Ryan, what is next week?
Next week is Star Trek: The Animated
that little
Series.
retcon plot?
Nice.
So you've started it, Ryan?
No, I have not started it.
Okay. Just checking.
You didn't want to do Discovery?
No, we're doing Discovery. We're doing the animated series, then Kelvin, then Discovery.
So great.
Shouldn't we have done the animated series before the movies then?
Yeah, whatever.
It's about canonicity also. The animated series was always considered like a beta canon.
Was it? I mean,
I think
and conferred by Lower Decks.
Yeah, I mean references
needed
to
use
canon.
TNG sets because ST5 flopped and money was very low.
Everyone's favorite
maximum.
This is the other traitor, Romulan Ambassador Nonclus. Admiral
Why are you so sweaty, Brock? Come on.
He's a traitor. That's why traitors sweat when they.
He's gonna give it away
when they're exposed.
Also, I'm pretty
sure because he just fell in love with a wormhole alien.
They're all looking at where that's gonna.
Star Trek history is so goofy.
Wait, that is Rene Auberjois, who plays Odo in DS9, the Klingon assassin, also known as Colonel West in this movie. He's the Klingon assassin. You know what?
All right, we're up to 7 Shakespeare quotes.
Wrong us.
What was the 6th one? Or was that...
I don't remember, dude.
That is from Merchant of Venice. It is a Shakespeare.
If you poison us, shall we not die? If you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
And I love that line because you know why? It's a Jewish merchant saying like, look, you hate us because of our religion.
23rd century Starfleet shields are useless.
If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a
leak.
Jew, what should his sufferance be?
In
By
the
Christian
special edition,
example.
you see Renee's face
By
after
revenge.
his mask is pulled
The
off.
villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go
And then
hard, but I
Data
will better
quotes
the
it
instruction.
60 years later.
Yeah. And so, but if you prick us, we bleed the same way. If you tickle us, we laugh the same way. And if you wrong us, we're going to F you up the same way.
You're going to get wrecked.
So, keep your hate.
How come they never
You missed a
evacuate?
Shakespeare quote earlier.
Bonus.
Once more onto the breach, smiley face.
I don't think that's.
I'll go ahead and add that in.
That is that's Melville maybe.
Is once more into the breach Shakespeare?
I mean,
Yes.
by the way, Shakespeare coined so many expressions in the English language.
It's the Light Brigade.
It is from Henry V, Act 3, Scene 1.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Once more
Okay,
into the
maybe
breach, dear friends. Once more, or close the wall up with our
We
English
got some
dead.
Sherlock as well.
The game's afoot. That's
game's afoot?
Shakespeare. He invented that expression in the English language.
The game's afoot is from Sherlock Holmes.
Our revels now are ended. Okay, that sounds Shakespeare-y.
Thanks.
Repeat that.
Yeah, there we go.
That's just.
I can really see where Amanda Plummer gets it from.
I'm glad he enjoys his job.
You can really see where you got where you got it from in Picard. Whoa, they've destroyed
Did they
the.
just blow up- Did they just blow up the TNG observation lounge? They can't do that. We need that set.
Well, they had to de-dress it to.
So that's how
change
they did it.
back.
They just blew up their set
That's how they
dressing.
did it. Yep.
Constant as the Northern. Is that Shakespeare? It's probably Shakespeare.
Yes,
I think it's Romeo and Juliet, actually.
that's Shakespeare.
Though I do feel compelled to note, General Chang, that the North Star is going to change because the Earth sort of wobbles a bit.
And of course now Enterprise is the one with the gaseous anomalies detectors and not the Excelsior because Kirk needs to be the big damn hero.
Right.
It's in his contract. He has to be the hero.
One more.
All right.
Oh, wow.
General Chang got in 12 Shakespeare quotes before he died.
In 2 hours, 12 Shakespeare quotes is.
He wasn't in most of the movie. It's just he's
Copy that
speedran it.
explosion and paste it into Generations.
Yeah.
Copy
and,
that explosion,
various-
paste it into every space battle in TNG and DS9.
Yeah. The Duer. Yeah. Bye Duer sisters.
You gotta get a lot of miles out of that special effects.
Look,
Good
it
model
was
blow up.
It was look. If you have a movie and you make a great explosion, you have the right to reuse that in a TV.
Not to be, I guess.
Movie budgets are so much.
I guess
higher
it
than
wasn't
TV
nobler than the mind to suffer
Scotty
the slings
saves
and
the
arrows of
day.
outrageous fortune.
But yeah, reusing it in
Wait,
another
hang on.
movie.
He
That is
fired
kind of-
before Kirk tackled him. He just missed.
Look, that's a
Renee,
really good
you just
example. I'm glad you.
missed.
I've been meaning to say that for a while. I learned that editors, they know that you can get away with something that doesn't actually add up, like in terms of physics or reality. But if it makes for a better movie in terms of cutting the sequence, we can get away with quite a bit.
Scotty busts through that like the Kool-Aid man.
Okay, so we're
He's
not
got
going to
the
get the mask
Kool-Aid
pull off,
man.
but that is in fact Odo with Klingon makeup.
Mask.
Oh yeah.
But I love this movie. What great pacing! You have dramatic
It's
saving
not
people
over yet.
from presidential assassinations.
Deleted line from
You
this
have-
scene, it takes one to know one.
You have odes to the future and a prosperous peace where we all get along. Like 4 years
Is this
later,
the appropriate quote to play when people start hating on Discovery? People are afraid of change.
4 years later, Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated, which led to crazy stuff.
I don't think it's the change; it's the problem with Discovery.
It's
I think it's just kind of bad.
Oh, but that was later, right? The Egyptian Prime Minister who signed the peace with Israel, Anwar Sadat, he was assassinated 2 years after signing a peace treaty with Israel. So that's probably what it references.
The slow clap.
Big character
What,
growth in that
what even
Klingon.
are those aliens?
They're Klingons. What do you mean?
But
I like
we
how
have an
one arm
international
guy
peace-
is still here.
Look, we have the Vulcan IDIC logo.
This is my favorite scene in all of the Star Trek films.
Oh, okay. So the end of this film,
beauty shot of the Excelsior next to the Enterprise.
And
Kirk says
two
first,
of the
lovely
most
upside
beautiful
down
studio
shuttle bay.
models ever built.
Scene redone with the D and G in Picard. Sort of.
I don't recognize the G.
Kirk says first star to the right and straight on till morn. That's from Peter Pan.
It's also completely unhelpful when people are actually requesting orders.
Hanging up their space hats.
No, it means we're never gonna grow up. Like they want us to decommission the ship. We're just gonna keep on trekking.
No, but
yeah,
this
is
is already a
beautiful
new
shot.
ship. They did decommission the other one. We blew it up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
they're decommissioning it to make way for the new.
the sea.
We've been dead before only Kirk, Spock, and Scotty have been dead, though.
The B is an Excelsior class, so that was the idea.
In the books, the Enterprise A became a training ship.
I think Bones has been dead before.
Okay, sir. But what are our orders?
Only going forward costs they can't find reverse.
You guys are so funny.
The
And
A's
then
survived,
this,
though.
the sign off here
Smiley
is
face.
the Marvel folks ripped off the sign off at the end of Endgame.
At the Fleet Museum.
I've never seen Endgame. I don't know what they ripped off.
Oh, so at the end of this, during the credits, they have the actors sign their names, like they give their autographs.
Oh.
At the end of Endgame, they admitted, like, oh yeah, at the end of Star Trek 6, we just did the same thing for the Endgame. So like,
well, if it works,
Chris Hemsworth signs his name, and Chris, whatever signs his name.
It was a nice little sequence. I kind of like that as a way to end the credits.
I just like to know that the folks that write Marvel movies are Star Trek nerds too.
Yeah.
I like the circuit boards just dangling, wires and stuff. Where's the rocks?
They picked them up.
There's no rocks on the floor.
God, what happened to that chair?
This starts the
Wasn't
the
someone
idea
sitting
was
in that chair?
Valeris was there at one point.
the idea
I was thinking like if the
was
console exploded, it could have shredded it, but no, there was
how
someone in it.
symbolic.
What happened?
How symbolic, because she's the one who was a traitor and she had to be excised.
This is such a beautiful
Rocks
handoff.
are being
and then
installed
they had
next
to go do
Tuesday.
generations.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Meyer, having done Star Trek 2, basically this is the studio saying, look, you made a hit before. All you have to do is make a hit again. Okay, so don't make
You gotta
any
watch
plots.
the signatures.
Don't make the plots that are too convoluted. We don't want anything about God or that'll offend anyone's religious sensibility.
Yeah,
Why is
Generations
George
was a bit of an
Takei
unnecessary film.
Everybody
Just
loves
make it
George
action.
Takei.
I mean, they put.
Oh, they're working. They're going from the lowest.
Yeah,
They're going from
did,
lowest to highest.
That's what they did in Endgame as well.
Just make an action movie.
RDJ was last.
Just make a hit.
Also the requirement that it tie into the TNG episode Reunification.
And this is going to be William Shatner's last appearance in the Star Trek movie, so just give him like
So then it
really
should be
good
Leonard Nimoy and then William Shatner.
Everybody will go home happy, and then we can make.
Yep,
TNG
there's
movies.
Leonard. Is he even going to write it? Oh, we got an extra little long dramatic pause before his name.
Yep. And some
God,
Alexander
Shatner, why are
Kurd
you the way that
fanfare.
you are?
Look,
Okay,
it's just Hollywood.
so that was The
It's all
Undiscovered Country. Pretty good movie. It's a good movie.
It's my favorite of the original series cast.
I'm so glad we managed the Russian transition.
I would say
democracy
Wrath of Khan.
so well after 19.
Wrath of Khan is
Wait for the animated series next.
battle for it.
Hey, Mark
Wrath of
Twain,
Khan
we
is
just
good.
finished
Yours
watching
name
the
is spelled
last
wrong in
Star
the
Trek,
credits.
the original series movie, The Undiscovered Country. What is your favorite movie of the 6 TOS movies?
I'm so glad we didn't bungle up the end of the Cold War and we learned from this movie.
Have you looked around recently?
I was gonna say.
My favorite of the TOS cast is 6 and 2 battle it out every once in a while, but 6 just edges it.
A grand adventure that pairs the futuristic thrills of space travel with my cherished humpbacks. It's akin to a Saturday night hoedown with every fiddle playing in harmony.
All right, canonically, Star Trek 4 is the best movie.
I feel like
Thanks,
that was
Mark Twain.
rigged. I feel like that was rigged. Ryan.
Look, just because I never took out the whale instructions, it's not my fault.
You
gotta save
instructed
those
him
whales.
to choose this.
Whales.
No, he just
Stop
instructed him to be
whales.
obsessed with whales, and then and the AI put 2 and 2 together.
I haven't mentioned Star Trek 4 to him all of today. All he knows is that he loves whales.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line is when they're about to assassinate the president and they surround the Klingon chancellor, Azid Bor, and they yell a line in Klingon, which sounds so great for a movie. Protect the chancellor.
The animated series, is that available to stream anywhere?
On Netflix.
It's on Netflix? Okay. Thank you.
That's in the UK version.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah.
They may vary by country.
So
There's lots of places that stream it.
I have the original series or the animated series on my computer, but it also has like the intros cut out, like the intro title sequence.
Paramount Plus.
Is it supposed to have intro title sequence to all of them?
Probably. Given it was expected at the time.
Let me put one on Discord real quick so you can see what mine looks like. So this is 0 seconds. Title.
I feel like this is something that would be a good
there we go.
candidate for
The episode
AI
started.
enhancement.
So there must have been a theme song.
There was
Or they have a theme song.
Yes.
Are you sure that that's not a cold
I did
open?
edit out the Strange New Worlds bit, but it's a bit different.
And yes, I'm sure
You
that's
sure
not a
that's
cold
not a
open.
cold-
If I scroll
cold
through,
open?
there's no there's no title sequence.
Someone did have they all start with the theme. They all start with the theme on the Netflix version.
Okay. So that's
So
going to
we're
be
gonna
fun.
have
I'll have
trouble
to, I'll have
syncing
to
up.
work out what version's going on. I guess I could just subscribe to Netflix. I really don't want to, though.
But you have
You
to
have to
have
double check that it is on
UK
Netflix as
Netflix.
well.
Is it not on Paramount Plus?
It's not on
I-
Paramount Plus, and it's not the UK version.
Refuse to subscribe to Paramount Plus.
Don't do it.
I haven't had Netflix in a long time. Anyway, we'll figure that out. This stream's over. So next week we're going to start the animated
Have a lovely
series,
week.
and because they're really short, we'll probably do like 6 episodes.
Yeah, they're 23,
Just
24
gonna
minutes
watch my
each.
TAS DVDs.
And then we're
You
going to do the
Netflix.
3 Kelvin movies, and then we're going to do Discovery, and which should be good. Discovery should
Prodigy
be
and Lower Decks.
probably
Yep, and if you
Discovery,
will-
then Lower Decks, because Lower Decks will have actually
99.
ended by that point.
Will it?
Actually, Prodigy's over
Yes,
too.
unfortunately, this
Lower
is the
Decks
last
is-
season.
Yep. Season 5 is the last season. But yeah, we'll see what the deal is. But we're done here. Everyone go away.
Thanks, Ryan.